And then there was darkness. It's like God before He created the world. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the pre-celebration.
Right before we start, you're making me laugh. Good morning.
So sue me, Bruce. So sue me.
We're starting off with a laugh. Good morning, everybody. Are you on? Are you awake?
Are you awake? Looks like there's at least
Jen.
8-ish people who are awake.
Really?
Jen, good morning. Jen's one of our hosts.
Hey, so you guys that are awake, chat on there and say real quick. Just say like, good morning.
I'm awake.
Yeah, that's awesome. You guys are already ready to go. I had coffee. I think I'm ready. You sound like you had some coffee.
I did. I'm halfway through my McDonald's large iced coffee. I don't mess around.
I'm gonna back up my chair. I feel like I'm staring backwards at you.
Okay, that's good. We're gonna deal with our angles here. So I'll see Jen's awake. Good morning, Jen.
Yeah, so Jen is awake. You didn't just turn the computer on and leave it there.
She's good. She was here even before us. We don't even know where our chairs are yet.
I was doing jumping jacks and
that is true.
Getting ready.
You were super committed. I was impressed by that. That was pretty awesome. Oh, you're too much. Oh, there you go. There's Jen, your wife.
Oh, and the other Jen.
She's just barely awake. Jen, we will accept barely awake. That's totally fine. We
didn't say what level. I just said, are you awake? So.
It is before 8 a.m. I have no expectations for myself or anybody
or others.
Before 8 a.m. Like, I will take vertical. Not even vertical. Just eyes open,
Sitting
maybe.
Up?
Yes.
Sitting
not
up?
Dreaming anymore.
Okay.
I'll take that.
Okay.
That's too funny.
All right, Jen and Jens, good morning. Thank you guys for tuning in. Welcome everyone else to the pre-celebration connection. I'm assuming it's not an accident you're here. We're ready to have fun, and we're gonna start with a
would you rather question.
This one's a little. Okay.
This one's a little heady. We're gonna heady. It's not heady at all.
That's not the word for it.
But we're gonna debate it a little bit. Yes. How
a lot
about
of nuances.
Okay. No, Jen says can't see your video. Interesting.
Jacob, I don't know.
If you can't see us, you can't see us. That's your Kuliana there. Anyway, our would you rather question for today, very, very serious, is if you had to choose from now for the rest of your life, we're going to replace your skin with fish scales or bird feathers.
I didn't think of this one.
Yeah. So we need to discuss what's going to happen. Would you rather have scales for the rest of your life or feathers for the... So start thinking about this.
Yeah.
Giovanna, good morning. We're glad you're here with us.
We were already talking about this because before you can give an answer, we need to talk about the what ifs and the whys. Like,
yes.
Like if you live in Arizona, you probably don't want the fish scales.
Exactly.
So where do you live? So if we're saying Hawaii, okay, scales or feathers. But if I lived up somewhere high in the mountains where it's a little cold, it's gonna lean more.
Feathers. That makes. You're right. I hadn't thought about that because my first thought was, okay, fish scales for swimming would be awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
But then I'm like, you ever end up, anywhere cold, you're gonna be like.
And we said if you rub up against something the wrong way when you have scales on, if you've ever scaled a fish, then it's like.
And like, would they like flake up? Would they hurt? Like, could you put on clothes? I'm also imagining that if you had scales, you would be more comfortable if they were moist. So like, do you have to get some sort of like special fish lotion that you wear all the time just so you don't get scaly? You don't get flaky?
like literally scaly. Well, I'm going to say, as long as I'm in Hawaii, I'm going to say scales. Who else is on my team? Let's assume we're in Hawaii then. Oh, okay, actually, wherever you are.
Yes, you can add an addendum. You can add an explanation as to why you feel this way.
Choose ... because, and say where you live. So, in Hawaii, I'm saying scales because I'm in the ocean often anyway. There you go.
I'm still having trouble deciding. And so if anybody knows what yours is, answer for us. Let us know if you've made your choice already. My thing is color is part of what it comes down to too. Like,
scales are kind of boring.
Do I get goldfish scales?
Okay.
Or do I get like brown like salmon scales? Because that's I need to know about tilapia. That would be like so like.
Well, it's your question. I guess you can decide.
That's what I'm saying. And then like, do I end up with like pigeon feathers or like parrot feathers or like peacock feathers? Because those are very different.
You can be a peacock. I mean, we're on TV and stuff, so you want to look good.
That's what I'm saying. So I think I'm gonna go feathers, but I'm gonna demand that they be colorful.
Okay.
That is. That is my answer to that question. Good morning, everybody else who's joined us. Good morning, Sandra. Thank you for being here. And good morning, John. Welcome.
John, come on, scales team. Let's go.
So we've been debating, would you rather replace your skin with fish scales or bird feathers? And then you have to stay that way.
We did go polar opposite on those, so it's kind of interesting.
Oh, what if you were a penguin? What if you had like
penguin
birds that
feathers,
swim
but
feathers?
You can swim.
Oh, I might change my answer.
No, you said feathers.
I did, okay, but I said like peacock feathers.
Yeah.
But I might accept black feathers if I could also swim.
Go in the water.
This is me. It's a would you rather question, and I'm finding ways to compromise in the middle and not actually have to choose. That's too funny.
While you guys are answering that, you know it is the 1st of August. So in some places, summer's over.
I know, but what kills me is it isn't.
I know.
It's really just like a bunch of, I'm sorry.
Well, we're in Hawaii, so it's
like a bunch of like boring adults. We're like, nope, we need to get back
Summer's
to
over.
school.
It's back to school time. We start school tomorrow at my house. We homeschool, and they start tomorrow. My kids aren't too happy about it. I can't tell if my wife's happy about it or not because school, usually you're like, yay, back to school. But when you're the teacher, is it a yay? She's on there, Jen. So is it yay, back to school tomorrow? Or is it, oh man, back to school tomorrow? Give me an emoji.
Yeah, yep. So the question is, are you headed back to school? Are you homeschooling kids? Are you going to school? Are you sending kids to school?
Are you kicking them out the door tomorrow?
Are you kicking them out the door? Like, what? Where are you in this back to school season now that it is August 1st? And like, I told Bruce earlier, I'm like, we just made our Christmas plans. I'm like, that's it. Summer's over.
Summer is like, already winding down.
We're done.
We were, this past couple years, a Costco conversation family.
Okay, there we go.
Well, I'm stuck.
You're He's got a tail on.
So it says CC Dad. Okay, I'm backwards here. I'm trying to read it off. It's kind of like doing a mirror. Costco conversation. So homeschooling parents, power up. It's that time of year for you guys. You other guys going back to school probably actually in a couple weeks. Public schools and private schools. We're getting ready. Back to school. Memories, Jordan.
Yes, really.
Is that traumatic?
Yeah, just I feel like I'm getting tortured there. No, not too much. I'm going to give a couple answers here really quick, though. Good morning, Ken. Thank you so much for being here with us. He says, still in Germany. Not sure what that means. Does that mean the kids are in Germany? You're in Germany? School's in Germany? Let's leave education to the Germans. The rest of us will just have continual summer, and the Germans can deal with all the education. I like that.
Sounds good.
I know that's not what you meant, but that's what I wanted to hear. And then your wife said, Mom is smiling. She's thrilled.
Yay, homeschool.
And the kids are like, no. Yeah, exactly.
Now starts the half-hour battle to get my son out of bed for homeschool.
Yes. Okay, Ken, I'm sorry. You're in Germany, so you can do the education for me. Appreciate that.
All right, Ken.
Thank you for joining us from Germany. We appreciate it. And then Puka Head says, Jumbo, Bruce. There you go. So.
I know exactly who Puka Head is.
Alrighty, that one sounded like that was for you. But everybody who just jumped in. So where are you at? Are you kicking kids out the door?
Yeah.
Are you homeschooling for the...
Excited.
Are we still doing online school for kids? Is that
That's
rough?
right. Some schools might still be. So maybe chime in real quick. I remember one of the things I loved about heading back to school was seeing your friends and like they'll have like a new style or some of them got taller, other kids. But that was always funny. For some reason, that 3 months, back in the day when it was 3 months, you'd come back and things had changed.
Yes.
And that's one thing I always loved about back to school.
Everybody's more tan. They got braids in their hair from the beach or something like that.
A new style.
Yeah.
I remember looking forward to, like, oh, that girl.
That girl. Ooh, get to see her again.
But I didn't mind going back to school. It was I had a pretty good high school experience. Junior high, But high school, I love going back to school. We did a lot of things early in the school year, where there was dances or events. And from sophomore year on, it was actually fun to look forward to going back to school. I think part of it getting out of the house and just being with your friends all day, even though it was school. But I remember having my last few years really being excited about going back to school.
Yes.
Mostly.
Yes.
Mostly.
There you go. Giovanna says we're sending our teenager off to her senior year, crying face. Those transition years are hard.
Senior year.
I know.
I don't know. Ours is 7th grade. Chloe's 7th grade, so
Yeah.
that's her first big transition, middle school.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's last year of high school. That's a big deal.
We're getting the sassiness already, so it's started. It's started.
And you're almost done, Giovanna. There you go. No,
Yeah, that's yeah.
Then she's gone. No, I'm kidding. Not all teenagers sassy, but hey, the cliché's there for a reason. Oh my goodness. John said he wants scales because he'd love to swim. Thank you.
Thank you,
yes,
John.
as I'm saying, like you just
Depends where you are. If you like the ocean, you're gonna want scales.
Yeah, exactly. So anybody else, let us know, what are you doing for school right now? So you liked going back to school. I was homeschooled.
So you were back to school.
I was always in school, technically, and I spent the whole summer with my teacher. I love security questions, that are like, because typically like, what's your mother's maiden name, or what was your first pet's name, or whatever. My favorite is, who was your favorite teacher in first grade? Who was your favorite teacher in high school?
Choice.
And I'm like, all of them, like, I don't use the question, but the answer is my mom. I'm like,
What, is there another answer to this?
yeah, exactly. I was like,
So you guys did the whole time, all the way through?
I did. So I'm one of 9 children. My mom homeschooled all of us some at
And
one point or the other.
sane?
She is.
Wow.
She is a very grounded woman.
Wow.
And so I have a lot of respect for her. But she and I got along really well. That's what I always say about...
You were the easy one, not
I was.
okay,
I was. And so, and that's what I was saying. People were like, wow, that's a lot of homeschooling. I'm like, but again, my mom and I were friends. We were buddies. I was able to like self-direct through high school, and so she could just kind of guide me and be like, here's what you need to do, and I'd be like, I did it, and she'd be like, that's great. Like,
and she could focus on the boys.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Because I was surrounded by a bunch of boys. Now, they were not sitting there like studiously writing papers, and so they were
Really?
Yeah, I know, crazy,
Shocking,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they were up in the rafters and under the bed.
Yes,
and,
yes.
okay.
I remember distinctly climbing out of living room windows. I think that was the best thing about homeschooling, though, is because in the middle of the
Escape
day,
artists?
yes, we would just be like in the basement, like cracking open windows, like climbing up and around,
Freedom!
scaling the back porch while like mom's distracted with a toddler or something.
You know, the neighbors are there going like, there they are again.
Yes, yes.
Well, we're excited. Hey, speaking of your mom being a good friend,
Ooh.
or you guys being friends,
Oh, yes.
National Day. Well, I can go and say guess. National
already
Day.
told me.
Yeah, because I already told you, and we're leading into it. Real easy. Today is National Friendship Day.
Friendship Day.
So does that mean you have to call your mom or no?
I probably do. I usually talk to her on Sundays anyway, so
Okay.
that'd be perfect.
Well, they say, I looked it up briefly, National Friendship Day is tell your friends how much they mean to you. So that's pretty awesome. Like, I got a few friends on my radar to kind of call. And there's usually always a second National Day. So these guys just get kind of shortchanged on this one because the second one today is National Girlfriends Day.
Oh.
So you kind of only get half of that because it's already Friendship Day. So you kind of got robbed on that one.
Why did you need to add that
I don't know.
qualifier to it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, so there you go.
So
but it's
girlfriends call your friends, and then call your regular friends, which is usually the same thing.
I was gonna say, I was
So-
like, for me, those feel like a lot of the same things.
Exactly.
But
So
that's
they kind of
okay.
got shortchanged
That's
there.
all
But
right.
National Friendship Day, I'm gonna throw a couple of names out there: Scott, Greg, Trevor, Jason, primarily Matt and Matt that are here at One Love. Those are some of the friends that I've relied heavily on in ups and downs and getting in trouble and.
Getting out of trouble.
And then therefore getting out of trouble. But I'm gonna call those guys today. I'm gonna appreciate their friendship, the good and the bad. More good than bad. Hopefully that's how your friends
That's
go
how
along.
friendship should be. Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a couple names. Who would you try and call today if you can?
My best friend, McKenna.
Yeah.
My other childhood friends that we stayed close with, Rachel and Olivia. And then, yeah, those are some of my main people.
if you guys are
your
watching-
wife, Jen. There you
Well,
go.
we can just
Call
say it
her.
now.
Okay.
She's online.
Jen, happy Friendship Day.
See?
There you go. Problems. I just
Done.
saved myself like a whole phone
Done.
call.
You saved yourself
There we
15 cents on the.
go.
Oh, wait, no.
My mother-in-law, my mom. Those
Yeah.
are other
Is she
women
on?
that are.
Is she on? No, she's
I
on
don't
sometimes.
think she's up this morning, but
Okay.
that's okay. We had a crazy night last night, meaning we went to bed sometime after 9:30.
Woo!
So I know we're wowing.
Were you sipping the sauce?
I
or,
know,
you know?
right? No. Jen said yesterday was National Spam Day, and
I
I feel
missed
like
it.
we should have
We
taken a
could've
moment
come
to
with, like,
honor
some
that.
Spam
Yeah,
musulis.
exactly.
Oh, shucks.
Oh, Jen says I still need to call her. Okay, that's good. We're glad we got that out of our systems. But we are so thankful for our friends that support us and that talk to us and work
Yeah.
with us in the good times and the bad times. This is going to tie a little bit into the message that we're going to be hearing today, the support that we need. So remember to thank your friends today
Yeah.
and pour into those relationships so that they when you build into those in the good times, it's kind of like the life groups, right? And my other friends from other places, that when we build into those relationships, they're there to hold us up even in those hard times.
Exactly.
So thank you guys so much for joining with us for the pre-celebration connection this morning. We'll see you guys next week.
Aloha.